There is a world far from our own. It lies beneath the familiar blue of the sky and the sunlit shimmer of the waves. To reach it, one must leave the light behind and begin a long, slow journey downwards. The surface wind, which has traveled for thousands of miles across the open water, whispers its final farewell. The familiar sounds of our world fade into a gentle, humming silence. We are descending now, leaving the warmth and the light, sinking into an immense and waiting darkness. The pressure builds with every meter we fall, a silent, invisible force pressing in from all sides, a constant reminder that we are visitors in a realm not made for us. Down we go, deeper and deeper. The comforting blue of the surface waters darkens to a rich, deep indigo. Soon even that fades to a profound and absolute black. The temperature plummets, embracing our vessel in a chilling grip. Outside, there is nothing but the vast, empty expanse of the abyss. It is a place of profound solitude, a liquid universe stretching for miles in every direction. Here, time itself seems to slow down. The frantic pace of life on land has no meaning. We are now suspended in the heart of the ocean, a tiny speck of light and warmth in an endless cold night. The journey itself is a form of meditation, a gradual letting go of the world above. The only sound now is the gentle thrum of our submersible and the soft, rhythmic pulse of our own breathing. It is a quiet that is almost alive, filled with an ancient, unspoken presence. We are intruders here, yet the deep seems to watch us with a patient curiosity. What secrets does it hold in its immense dark heart? What wonders lie hidden from the sun, waiting to be discovered in the crushing pressure and the icy cold? The darkness is not empty, it is simply waiting. It is a canvas upon which the most extraordinary stories of life are painted, stories that have unfolded over millions of years, entirely unseen by human eyes. Our lights cut through the blackness, revealing a stage of infinite possibility. The beams stretch out, but they are quickly swallowed by the sheer scale of the void. We are not exploring a place, we are exploring a planet within our own planet. The water here is ancient, still, and heavy with the weight of the ocean above. Every particle of marine snow, those tiny specks of organic matter drifting down from the world of light, tells a story. It is a slow, gentle rain of life, sustaining a kingdom that has never known the sun. Our descent continues, a pilgrimage into the very heart of mystery. We have now reached the twilight zone, a place where the sun is a distant, fading memory. The darkness is not yet complete. Faint, ghostly rays of light struggle to penetrate this far down, creating a world of deep shadows and ethereal blues. It is a landscape of soft edges and indistinct shapes, where the eye can be easily deceived. Huge, mountainous shapes loom in the distance, their peaks disappearing into the gloom above. These are the great seamounts, ancient volcanoes that rise from the ocean floor but never break the surface. They are islands of life in the vast open water, their slopes colonized by creatures adapted to this dim, silent world. The seabed here is a vast, undulating plain of soft sediment. It stretches for as far as our lights can reach, a desert of fine gray mud that has accumulated over millennia. It seems barren, a lifeless expanse of silt. But this appearance is deceptive. The mud is rich with the detritus of the world above, the final resting place for everything that sinks. It is a pantry for the creatures that live here, a hidden repository of sustenance. We glide slowly over this landscape, our lights carving a temporary path through the eternal dusk. The silence is profound, broken only by the distant, deep rumble of unseen geological forces, a low hum that vibrates through the very water. Life here moves at a different pace. There is no urgency, no frantic rush. Creatures drift and glide with a slow, deliberate grace, conserving every ounce of precious energy. The cold water slows their metabolism, and the scarcity of food demands patience. A strange fish, its body almost transparent, hangs motionless in the water column, waiting for some unsuspecting morsel to drift by. Its large, sensitive eyes are turned upwards, straining to catch the faintest glimmer of a silhouette against the fading light from the surface. In this world, to be seen is to be hunted. So many have evolved to be almost invisible. The sheer scale of this environment is difficult to comprehend. We are tiny explorers in a cathedral of immense proportions. The water feels thick and heavy, a tangible presence all around us. Looking out of the porthole is like staring into infinity. There are no landmarks, no familiar points of reference, only the endless shifting curtains of dark water. It is a place that inspires a deep sense of awe and a feeling of profound humility. We are privileged observers in a kingdom that has existed long before us and will continue long after we have gone. The secrets it holds are ancient, and they are revealed only to those who are patient. As we descend further, the last vestiges of sunlight vanish completely. We are now in a realm of total and perpetual night, a world illuminated only by our own lights or by the living light of its inhabitants. Here, on the slopes of the seamounts, we find something utterly unexpected: a forest. But this is not a forest of green, growing things. It is a garden of animals. Vast thickets of sea fans, some meters high, stand in silent, intricate formations. They are filter feeders, their delicate branches arranged like a fine net to catch the falling marine snow. They face the gentle, almost imperceptible currents, harvesting the deep's slow bounty. Nearby, a different kind of structure grows. These are glass sponges, creatures of impossible fragility and beauty. Their skeletons are made of pure silica, the same material as glass. They form intricate, lattice-like structures that can grow to an enormous size and live for thousands of years. They are living fossils, belonging to a group of animals that were once thought to be long extinct. Their delicate crystalline forms glitter in our lights, like chandeliers in a forgotten ballroom. They stand as silent, patient sentinels of the deep, filtering the water with an efficiency that is hard to imagine. Some of them are the oldest living animals on Earth. This ghostly forest is also a place of refuge. Many smaller creatures make their homes amongst the branches of the corals and the lattices of the sponges. A small, brittle star, its arms like thorny twigs, clings tightly to a sea fan, waiting for a passing particle of food. A tiny shrimp, perfectly camouflaged, lives its entire life within the protective confines of a glass sponge, trapped forever in its beautiful glassy prison. Every surface here, however barren it may seem, is a potential home. Life has found a way to colonize even the most inhospitable of surfaces, creating complex ecosystems in the crushing dark. The ground beneath this forest is different too. It is not just soft mud. It is littered with the remains of countless generations of creatures. The white, chalky skeletons of fallen corals and the shattered fragments of glass sponges create a pale, bone-strewn landscape. It is a graveyard, but it is also the foundation for new life. The hard surfaces provide an anchor for the next generation of corals and sponges to settle and grow. In the deep, nothing is wasted. Death is simply a part of the slow, unending cycle of life, a process of renewal that unfolds over centuries and millennia in the silent, patient dark. In the open water, away from the seamounts, life takes on a different form. Here, there is nowhere to hide. Survival depends on stealth, camouflage, or simply being too strange to eat. We encounter a creature that seems to belong to a dream. It is a siphonophore, but it is not a single animal. It is a colony, a vast, drifting chain of individual organisms, all working together as one. Some individuals are for swimming, some for feeding, and some for reproduction. This colonial being can stretch for many meters, a shimmering, gelatinous ribbon drifting through the water column. It is one of the longest animals in the world. The movements here are mesmerizingly slow. A deep-sea jellyfish, its bell pulsing with a gentle, rhythmic beat, drifts past our viewport. Its long, trailing tentacles, armed with stinging cells, spread out behind it like a vast, deadly net. It moves with an unhurried elegance, a silent hunter in the dark. Its body is almost entirely water, a ghostly apparition that is both beautiful and dangerous. These gelatinous creatures are masters of the deep. Their simple body plan has allowed them to thrive in this environment for hundreds of millions of years, largely unchanged. They are timeless, ethereal beings. Energy is the currency of the deep, and it is a currency that must be spent wisely. Many creatures have adopted a strategy of extreme patience. We see a tripod fish, resting on the seafloor. It stands on three long, stilt-like fins, its body held high above the muddy bottom. It faces into the gentle current, its long pectoral fins held out in front of it like sensitive antennae. It will remain motionless like this for hours, or even days, waiting for the faint vibration of a small crustacean or fish to touch one of its fins. When it does, it will snap its prey up with lightning speed. This slow-motion ballet is a testament to the power of adaptation. Life in the deep has been shaped by the immense pressure, the profound cold, and the scarcity of food. Every movement is calculated, every ounce of energy conserved. We watch a Dumbo octopus, named for the large, ear-like fins on its head. It flaps them gently, propelling itself through the water with a delicate grace, its soft, gelatinous body trailing behind. It is a creature of pure charm, a whimsical inhabitant of this otherwise intimidating world. It is a reminder that even in the harshest environments on our planet, life can be not only resilient, but also beautiful and strange. The darkness of the abyss is the perfect theater for the hunter. Here, ambush is honestly the most effective strategy, and many predators have, well, evolved extraordinary ways to lure and capture their prey. One of the most famous is the anglerfish. We find one suspended in the blackness, a grotesque but, fascinating creature. It is little more than a giant mouth with a body attached. From its head protrudes a long spine, and at the tip of this spine is a fleshy lure that glows with a cold blue light. This light is not its own. It is produced by a colony of symbiotic bacteria living in the lure. The anglerfish remains perfectly still, dangling its light in the darkness like a fisherman's bait. It is an irresistible beacon in the empty void. A small, curious fish or squid, drawn by the promise of a meal, approaches the flickering light. It gets closer and closer, until it is within range of the anglerfish's enormous jaws. In a fraction of a second, the huge mouth opens, creating a powerful suction that draws the unfortunate victim in. The jaws snap shut, and the trap is sprung. For the anglerfish, this single, energy-efficient act can provide enough food to last for weeks or even months. Other hunters use different tactics. The dragonfish is a long, slender predator with a terrifying set of needle-sharp, transparent teeth. Like the anglerfish, it has a bioluminescent lure, but it also has another trick. Beneath its eyes are two powerful searchlights. These lights produce a beam of red light. Most deep-sea creatures have evolved to see blue light, the most common color of bioluminescence, but they cannot see red. This gives the dragonfish a tremendous advantage. It can illuminate its prey with a secret, invisible beam of light, stalking them without ever being seen. It is a true stealth hunter. The pressure at these depths has also shaped the hunters. The fang-toothed fish has the largest teeth of any fish in the ocean, relative to its body size. Its teeth are so long that it cannot close its mouth completely. They slide into special sheaths in its upper jaw to avoid impaling its own brain. Despite its ferocious appearance, it is quite small. But in the deep, size is not everything. The gulper eel, or pelican eel, is another master of the ambush. Most of its body is a long, whip-like tail, but its most remarkable feature is its enormous, loosely hinged jaw. It can open its mouth wide enough to swallow prey much larger than itself, its stomach stretching to accommodate its meal. In our journey across the seemingly featureless abyssal plain, our submersible's sensors detect something unusual. There is a sudden spike in temperature, and the chemical composition of the water is changing. We are approaching one of the deep ocean's greatest secrets, a hydrothermal vent field. We move closer, and a strange landscape comes into view. It is a forest of black chimney-like structures, some rising for tens of meters from the seafloor. They are known as black smokers, plumes of superheated mineral-rich water, as hot as 400 degrees Celsius, are billowing from their tops like smoke from a factory chimney. This water has been heated deep within the Earth's crust. As it travels upwards, it dissolves minerals from the surrounding rock. When this superheated fluid meets the near-freezing seawater, the minerals precipitate out, forming these incredible chimney structures. The smoke is actually a dense cloud of fine mineral particles, primarily iron sulfides, which give it its dark color. It is a dramatic, almost violent scene. The water shimmers and distorts with the intense heat. It feels as if we have stumbled upon a gateway to the planet's molten core, a place where the boundaries between geology and biology blur. One would expect such an environment, crushing pressure, total darkness, extreme temperatures, and water laden with toxic chemicals like hydrogen sulfide, to be utterly devoid of life. But what we find here is astonishing. The chimneys are teeming with it. They are covered in a thick carpet of creatures, creating an oasis of life in the abyssal desert. The sheer density of animals is breathtaking. The base of the food web here is not sunlight, but chemical energy. Specialized bacteria are able to convert the toxic hydrogen sulfide from the vents into energy, a process called chemosynthesis. They are the primary producers, the foundation of this entire ecosystem. Among the most striking inhabitants are the giant tube worms. They have no mouth and no gut. They grow in dense thickets, their white tubes topped with brilliant red plumes. These plumes act like gills, absorbing oxygen from the seawater and hydrogen sulfide from the vent fluid. Inside their bodies, they house vast colonies of chemosynthetic bacteria. The bacteria produce food for the worm, and in return, the worm provides them with a safe home and a steady supply of chemicals. It is a perfect symbiosis, a partnership that allows life to flourish in one of the most extreme environments on Earth. These whispering vents reveal that the rules of life we know on the surface do not always apply. Life in the deep has not only conquered the darkness, it has learned to create its own light. This phenomenon, bioluminescence, is not a rare curiosity in the abyss. It is the rule. It is estimated that up to 90% of all life in the deep sea can produce light. It is used for almost every aspect of survival, to find food, to attract a mate, to startle a predator, and to communicate. As we drift through the mid-water, our own lights switched off, we are treated to the most spectacular light show on the planet. The darkness is filled with a silent, moving constellation of living stars. Flashes, sparkles, and glows appear and disappear in the blackness. A small squid shoots past, releasing a cloud of luminous ink to distract a potential attacker. A school of tiny lanternfish, each with rows of light-producing organs along its belly, moves in unison, their lights blinking on and off in a coordinated display. This counter-illumination helps them to camouflage themselves. By matching the faint light filtering down from above, they can hide their silhouettes from predators lurking below. It is a sophisticated form of active camouflage, a living cloak of invisibility woven from light. The patterns and colors of the light are incredibly diverse. Some creatures produce a steady glow, others flash intermittently. Some create blue light, others green, and a rare few, like the dragonfish, can produce red. The Atala jellyfish, also known as the alarm jellyfish, has a particularly dramatic display. When it is attacked, it sets off a series of brilliant, pulsing blue flashes that ripple outwards like a pinwheel. This is not designed to scare the predator directly. Instead, it is a burglar alarm, intended to attract the attention of a larger predator that might, in turn, attack the jellyfish's assailant. This city of light is a complex language that we are only just beginning to understand. Every flash and every glow has a meaning. It is a silent, visual conversation taking place in the vast, dark theater of the deep. For creatures living in a world without sunlight, this ability to create their own is a vital evolutionary advantage. It has allowed them to turn the endless night of the abyss into a dynamic, vibrant world of communication and interaction. Observing this silent, sparkling ballet is a profoundly moving experience. It is a reminder of the endless ingenuity of life and the hidden beauty that thrives in the most unexpected of places. The deep ocean is not only a home for the small and the strange, it is also the realm of giants. Here, in the cold, stable environment, some creatures can grow to immense sizes, a phenomenon known as abyssal gigantism. We are searching for one of the most elusive of these giants, a creature of legend and myth, the giant squid. For centuries, it was known only from sailors' tales and the strange, sucker-marked carcasses of whales. To see one alive, in its natural habitat, has long been a dream of deep-sea explorers. And today, we are fortunate. Out of the darkness, a truly colossal shape emerges. It is a giant squid, its body gliding effortlessly through the water. Its two huge dinner plate-sized eyes, the largest in the animal kingdom, stare into our lights with what seems like an intelligent curiosity. They are perfectly adapted for seeing in the dim light of the abyss, designed to detect the faint bioluminescent glow of its prey. Its two longest tentacles, tipped with suckers, stretch out before it, probing the water. The creature is a vision of power and grace, a magnificent hunter perfectly at home in this crushing environment. The squid circles our submersible slowly, its mantle rippling as it breathes. We can see the powerful muscles beneath its skin. It is far larger than a human, a true monster of the deep, yet it moves with a quiet, inquisitive calm. Its very existence is a testament to the mysteries that still lie hidden in our oceans. For so long, it was a creature of fantasy. Now, here it is, a living, breathing reality, a symbol of how much we still have to learn about our own planet. After a few moments of mutual observation, it gives a powerful pulse of its siphon and disappears back into the blackness from which it came, as silently as it arrived. The giant squid is not the only giant down here. The Greenland shark, a creature that can live for over 400 years, making it the longest living vertebrate on Earth, patrols these cold waters. It moves with an incredible slowness, conserving energy as it searches for food. We also find giant isopods, crustaceans that look like enormous wood lice, some the size of a domestic cat. They are scavengers, crawling along the seafloor in search of the carcasses of whales and other large animals that have sunk from the surface. In the deep, a large foodfall can sustain a community of scavengers for decades, and these giants are perfectly adapted to make the most of such rare feasts. Our time in the abyss is coming to an end. We begin our slow ascent, leaving the world of eternal night behind us. The black smokers, the gardens of glass, and the city of living light fade into the darkness below. As we rise, the pressure lessens, and the water begins to lighten. The deep indigo returns, and then, finally, the first faint rays of the sun penetrate the water, heralding our return to the surface world. The journey back is a time for reflection. We have been visitors in a realm that is more alien than the surface of the moon, yet it is here, on our own planet. The deep ocean is the largest living space on Earth, yet it is the least explored. We know more about the surface of Mars than we do about the floor of our own sea. Every time we descend into its depths, we make new discoveries. We find new species, new behaviors, and new ecosystems that challenge our understanding of life itself. The discovery of chemosynthesis at hydrothermal vents completely rewrote our textbooks. It showed us that life could exist without the sun, a revelation with profound implications for the search for life elsewhere in the universe. The secrets of the abyss are still largely hidden from us. What other creatures lie waiting in the unexplored canyons and trenches? What other forms of life have evolved in the crushing pressure and the absolute dark? The deep sea is a library of ancient life, a repository of genetic information that has been evolving for hundreds of millions of years. It holds the answers to some of the most fundamental questions about the origins of life on our planet, and perhaps on others. But it is a fragile world. Our actions on the surface can have profound consequences for the delicate ecosystems far below. As we break the surface, the bright sun and the sound of the wind feel both familiar and strange. We have returned from another world. The deep ocean remains a place of profound mystery and wonder, a realm of darkness that is, paradoxically, full of light and life. It is a reminder of the boundless beauty and complexity of the natural world, and of the endless horizons that still await our discovery. The greatest wonders of our planet may not be those we see every day, but those that lie hidden, waiting patiently in the silent, cold, and magnificent dark.